WerewolfLydia here, and welcome back to a new Living Dead doll review on my channel. So today, as you can see, I'm doing a review on Umbral. She is from series 31, Don't Turn Off the Lights. That's what the series is called. And by the way, sorry about the glare, it's from the plastic lid of the box. Yeah, so she is actually, if I'm correct, she is actually the shadow itself, you know, from the night. And that's why she's called Umbral, you know, there's a hint in her name. So first let me show you a little bit more of the box, and then we'll move on to the doll itself. Okay, so the box, as you can see, it's the same old coffin shaped box, and it's all black, so there's nothing really interesting about it. On the back you can see the Living Dead dolls writing, and in the front it's covered with that plastic lid. That's where you can actually see me, so it acts like a mirror. And on top, the usual stuff, the cobwebs, and in the front the shining letters of Living Dead dolls. So there we go. So on the chipboard, as you can see, that there is a bed. I don't know why it's so shiny. It's probably because of the light, but originally it's not this faded. The whole chipboard, it looks like kind of faded. Well, there we go, it's better now. So there's a bed, and you can see two shining little eyes there from the corner where there are shadows. So that is her. And it says Umbral, a shadowy apparition or silly superstition, your mind's cognition or hell's mortician. So that's the little poem. And by the way, you can see that the tissue paper inside is pitch black, so it adds more to the theme of this series. Now let's move on to the doll. So here is Umbral up close, and some of you may find it a little bit weird that her hair is pulled out here in the front from underneath her hood. But actually, and those of you who actually own her know what I'm talking about. So originally, when she comes in the box, her massive amount of hair is actually pulled together with a little bit of elastic in the back of her head. And when you let or take down that little piece of elastic and let her hair loose, there is no way you will be able to put the hair back underneath the hood. So that's why it's pulled out here in the front. And I like to display her without the hood on her head, so that you can see her beautiful curly or wavy black hair. But you know, that's just me. If you have her, you can display her how you want. So yeah, first I'm going to actually start with her dress, or actually a coat, and after that I will pull down her hood and show you her huge amount of hair. So you can see that her coat is pitch black, and it's all just one piece, so there's no separate pieces on this doll. And it's a really nice coat. As you can see, it's a really I don't know what kind of fabric this is, kind of a stretchy fabric. Come on, focus. So it's one of those stretchy fabrics, and that's probably why it's so loose and I don't know, floppy. And in the front you can see some little buttons going down all the way to the bottom. And this coat is actually it's held together with some little snap-on buttons, but so no velcro on this doll, or on the clothes actually. So you can take off her coat if you wanted, and it's in the front. And you can see on the bottom that it's way bigger than it seems, and it's because of it's made of more pieces. You can see the stitching going up there. That's to make it more wider and more of a loose coat. because I think she was, you know, originally she was supposed to fly because she's kind of like a shadow, I don't know. And the sleeves of the coat, there are long sleeves, and there are some poofy parts here, up here, when where her arms start, and down the cuffs of her coat is actually again really wide and loose. So it all adds to her haunting and interesting look. Oh, by the way, the hood is actually has a wire in the front, so you can shape it any way you want it to look like. So that's like that. So that's really interesting, and I think it's a really great add to this awesome doll. Now let's take a closer look at her face. So it's all black, as you can see, only her glowing red eyes haunt you. And the eyes have a little bit of a yellow dot inside them. And what's also really interesting about this doll, that here on top of her head she starts from pitch black, and slowly underneath the coat, you know, the body starts to slowly fade and goes to actually transparent. So you can see that her legs are transparent. It's slowly, you know, it's kind of like a grading from black. There you can see, so the black kind of stops there and goes to transparent. So that's really, really interesting. And again, I think that adds to the fact that she was supposed to look like she's flying or something. Now her hair, and I'm trying to make it look, there you go. So you can see that she has beautiful, beautiful black curly or wavy hair that goes around. So I do not recommend combing this hair a lot, because it will be just really, really poofy and messy, and it will make her look like, I don't know, she has an afro or something. So don't comb this hair. It's really soft, it's really thinly rooted, by the way, but I don't think that she needs more of it. As you can see, she has, it looks like she has actually a lot of hair. And that's about it. So she's really a simple doll, but really beautiful, and I really, really love her. Now she does not come with any kind of accessories, only her death certificate, which I will read it to you. So here is her death certificate. It looks pretty much the same as the usual death certificates, but it's really interesting because, you know, she is kind of like an undead or never was alive, and that's hinted because she does not have a date of death, so she's kind of like dead but still alive. It's really interesting with these. By the way, all of the series 31 dolls have the same interesting fact. So it says Umbral, with screams go guttural, I'm not sure how to pronounce that, I'm sorry, on the path to your funeral. You have been scared to death by the one known as Umbral. So it's kind of, I don't think it rhymes the best, but whatever. So she scared someone to death. And the morticians are Damian Glanek and Ed Long, as always, and there's a little sulfur sign for the Living Dead dolls. So that's her death certificate. And yes, so that's about it for my review of Umbral. As I said before, she is really a beautiful doll. You should definitely get her in your collection if you can. And yes, so please give me a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel if you haven't done that yet. Comment down below, what do you think of Umbral? Do you like her? You don't like her? What's your favorite thing about her, or anything you want? And yes, so thank you so much for watching. Bye!